Hey, so I'm going to go over how to model fraction division, and this is from a word problem that we did on January 13th. So we're going to practice that together today. So first off, I see that I need to draw a model to represent 6 divided by 1/3. I also need to write a multiplication equation that could describe the model and explain how I drew it and all that stuff. But that's kind of a lot to think about all at one time. So I'm going to take it one sentence at a time. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a model to represent 6 divided by 1/3. So conceptually, I know that I'm going to have to draw 6 whole numbers. I'm going to use rectangles because it is a little bit easier for me to see, and I already have these on the side of my PowerPoint, so it makes it a little easier for me to just click and drag there. If you want to draw yours on a piece of paper, that would work totally fine. So let me get 6 whole numbers. I'm just going to draw 6 individual rectangles. The reason why they're not in the same rectangle and split into smaller pieces is because that would show us that we're splitting up a whole into smaller pieces. Right now, we're splitting up 6 into groups of 1/3. So I have my 6 drawn. And whenever I divide by 1/3, another way of thinking of that is 6 divided by 1/3 being 6 groups of 1/3. So that means that I'm going to split my whole numbers. Oops, let me bring this forward so it looks a little bit better. So let me bring to the front. There we go. So I split it into 2, and now I'm going to split it into thirds. So I took 6 and I split it into 3 groups. So I have 1/3 groups in my 6. Whenever I do that, that's also the same thing as saying 6 times 3. I know that because if I am doing the keep, change, flip method that we learned a few days ago, so if I do keep, change, flip, that means that instead of 6 divided by 1/3, I keep the 6, I change the division to multiplication, and then my reciprocal is my flip part, and my flipping would be going from 1/3 to 3. And I know that 6 times 3 equals 18. And I can see pretty clearly from my model that I have 18 pieces, but if you want to be extra, you can double check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my model makes sense for 6 divided by 1/3, especially because I multiplied it out using my standard algorithm and the keep, change, flip method. So my model is down here. My multiplication equation is right here. And now I need to explain how I drew the model. So I would say something along the lines of, first, I drew 6 rectangles to represent 6 whole numbers. Then I split each whole number into groups of 3 to represent 1/3, and I got 18 as my answer. It represents multiplication because 6 times 3 is 18. It represents division because 6 divided by 1/3 also equals 18. So that's how you would do the example problem from today's work. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can also join me on Teams, and I can help you through it if you need extra help.